You. Hey, you. You. What you doing? I'm just playing, y'all. Welcome back to Coach P channel. I am a mess, y'all. Whew. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. For real though, y'all. Welcome back to Coach P channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we are smoking us some ribs. Is anybody else excited about that? I am. I don't know about y'all, but I am. So y'all, this is my first time making some ribs by myself. Keyword, by myself. Any other time my father-in-law is in the next room and he can help me if I need help. But y'all, let's get straight into it. Y'all, what I'm cutting off right now is called the scrap meat. You want to cut that off because that part will cook faster. Any thin meat that you barbecue will cook faster than any thick part. Thick meat. So we want to make sure that we trim that off. So y'all, really, this first half of this video, so really just be me trimming the meat so that way I can get it how I want it. So I'm gonna cut the rib tips out of that. I'm gonna get some small ends out of this slab of meat, and I'm gonna also get a slab of ribs, which is 7 to 8 bones, depending on how your meat is, how they cut the meat is depending on how many, bones you get out of a slab. So let's get into it. So what I'm doing right here is I am cutting that small end off. Again, that is a thinner part of this meat. So we're going to cut that off. That will be our small end bones. They have more, I think they call them small ends because it has a smaller bone. I'm not 100% sure. That's going to be my guess. And then here I am at the right side of the meat. That is my rib tip meat. On the left side of the meat, where you see where you can actually see the bones, that will be my ribs. And y'all, I need a sharper knife because I was sawing through that meat. Oh Jesus, look at me. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go get some new knives too, or just sharpen the ones that I already have. So that is rib tip meat that's up in the air. Look at that, pretty nice. Ooh, that's gonna be some nice food. So here I am. Once again, I'm gonna count out 7 to 8 bones. You just want to feel for it. And then you cut. So then I have another short, small end as well. That's also a thin piece of meat. So there I have a slab of ribs. They look so pretty. Alright, so here is a small end. As you can see, I'm showing you the different pieces of meat. That's a small end. That is also a small end. There's the slab of ribs, where you can see how thick it is. That was, I believe, 7 bones. And then you have your rib tip meat. So you want to make sure that you have all your meat sliced up, or if you do not do it this way, that's perfectly fine. If you are the type of person to, oh, and there's your snack meat. If you are the type of person to just throw the whole piece of meat on the grill, do whatever works best for you, sweetie. So y'all, go ahead and lay down some foil so that way you don't make a mess. I end up seasoning with garlic and garlic powder and seasoned salt. You want to make sure you rub that in very, very, very well. Make sure you get the edges of the meat so that way every piece of the meat is very seasoned and tender. You're going to do this to both sides of the meat. So then you want to get your binder. You can use olive oil, you can use mustard. I'm not sure what else you can use. I don't know. But these are the two that I'm going to use. You can probably use butter too. I don't know. But yeah, this is going to help the rub, whatever barbecue rub that you are going to use on your ribs. You need a binder so the seasoning can stick. I said that in the beginning of the video. So here I am using my father-in-law rub. He also have this for sale on his website, and also if you live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, you can get it from Didier's Meat. You can get it from Fort Wayne. Visit Fort Wayne, which is downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana, and you can purchase those items. And you just want to season a little bit on the back part of the meat, but on the front part of the meat, you want to season a little bit heavier. You want to make sure it's very well coated. I think I coated it good. I probably could have put a little, like one more line, but I didn't really want to overly season it, but it was still flavorful for us. We tore them ribs up. Them ribs was gone in 2 days. So get y'all meat on the pan so you can take it out. And y'all see how easy it was to just clean up. All I had to do was fold up that piece of foil and disinfect my counter. Y'all make sure y'all grill, whatever you cook it on is hot and ready. Clean off your grill grates. As you can see, I had it set to 374, which I could have really honestly turned it down. Look at how pretty that meat looked. Wee, that was some good meat. I'm gonna try again. One thing that I do, what I should have did was put the meat on the second rack, so that way, cause some parts where the smoker had its hot spots at, the meat kind of got burnt at the bottom, but the top part was perfectly fine. It was still juicy. It was still very good, very tender. Had a nice smoke ring on the meat. So I think I really did that part very well. Like I said, I would just literally, y'all see those 2 racks right here at the top, 1 and 2. I would just bring those down and just sit all the meat on top of that instead of having the meat sit directly underneath the fire. Especially with it being on like 374, 375, whatever it was on. Yeah, but I was really trying to get this done a little bit quicker because it was already 5 or 6 o'clock that day I was cooking these. So yeah, we had to hurry up and get that meat done. So I let the meat go for 45 minutes on the 375, and here it is when I came back. I'm going to spray some apple cider vinegar and some water on there to make sure we keep the meat moisturized, y'all. I did not have a spray bottle, so I just had to make do what it do. So here we are being real ghetto, putting that, you know, that's why that meat was tender.
You said what? That's yours.
Ooh, look at my ribs. It looks pretty.
Oh, good. Oh, I want that one right there. Specific. Not that one. Let's see something else.
You know I'm recording, right?
Yeah. I got the sauce. It's not spicy.
Bring me some foil. These are done. And I'll put them in the oven.
Yep, they're perfect. So after I let them go for about an hour and a half, I end up wrapping them so they can get really, really tender. Just want to wrap them and put them back in the smoker for about 30 minutes. You can put it in the smoker or the oven, whichever one you prefer.
Y'all see that bone sticking out?
Hey, look. PSA. If your ribs don't look like that or like that, nor smell like that, I don't want them.
That's the real technique right there. Dang, now I feel like I need to go get Papa some so he can try it.
So after they got done cooking in the smoker, being wrapped, we went on and we let them sit so they can rest, so that, you know, that moisture. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that look real good. But yeah, let them rest for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then you can go ahead.
There you go.
Ooh, see that? It's nice.
Yeah, smoke ring. Your ribs look crazy. Let me get one.
It looks great.
Say about that. You didn't get a video.
No, we gonna try it together.
Banging that rib. That rib look crazy.
At least they not dry. I was worried about them being dry. I can't wait to see what their rib tip look like. You excited for that one? Little small bones, a little extra meat. That's it. That, ooh, look at that.
Hold on. Look at the other cut.
That's the small bone. not as sharp.
Oh, juicy them is. Sheesh.
Oh, that's
Oh my God, they got them funky ribs.
Oh, and the bone came out of that one. Look at that. Look at that. You see how that bone head just fell out? That mug juicy. Look at that. Yeah, boy.
What this is here?
These are rib tips.
Okay.
Ooh.
See what you want to do.
Ooh. Look at that. That look pretty. Now the real taste is what it's gonna taste like.
So overall, I really give myself a B-. I think I cooked them rib tips to perfection. The ribs was a little burnt at the bottom because I set it in a hot spot on the smoker. Everything was it still had moisture in the meat. It had a nice smoke ring. The flavor was there. It was just really the parts where I kind of burnt the back of the ribs, but overall the whole meal was a 10 out of 10. I am going to do it again and try to perfect my little craft that I got going on here and see how we do then. But y'all, yeah, we did that.
Alright, yo. Your dad's tall, sorry. Alright. Let's try one. What you gonna try? You gonna try a rib or actual bone? I mean, rib tip. Okay, I'm gonna try.
You already touched that first one.
Ready, set, go.
It tastes good.
Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to Coach B channel. If you want more cooking videos, go ahead and comment cooking below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.